And
no one ever detected he was there?
That's what the story says.
I'm kind of calling bullshit.
It is the 15-Minute Morning Show podcast. We're all here looking all festive and frivolous at the same time. Who's frivolous? Who's festive?
I'm everything.
Frivolous.
All of the above.
I like to be festive.
I'm festively frivolous and frivolously festive. What? There's Froggy, and there's Danielle, and there's Gandhi, and there's Garrett, and there's Scotty B, and Nate with his man bun. Profile, please. There it is. There's Scary, and of course, Brody's in the den. What was your idea for the podcast today, Nate?
Oh, I think we should each find a news story that we found interesting that didn't make it onto the show today or yesterday, and then discuss it.
Okay.
When it's my turn, when it's my turn, let me know because I did find one.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll start then. We'll give you some time.
I don't need time. I already have it.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Did you guys hear about the FBI digging for gold?
No.
Okay. Apparently, back in the Civil War in 1863, there was a gold shipment that was supposed to be going to Philadelphia to the mint, and it got lost or stolen. And it's fabled to be missing somewhere in the mountains of Pennsylvania.
And that should be like a large amount of gold.
Yeah, like millions and millions of dollars of gold. So I remember as a kid growing up that my dad told me, hey, somewhere, because we would go camping and whatnot, he goes, somewhere around here there's gold buried. So we would go looking for gold, and of course we didn't find anything. But
is that the real reason why you went camping, not for camping version, because your dad wanted to find the gold?
Maybe. I can't remember. But
he was going to rip you off had you found it. You know that.
Listen. Hey, if I got even one gold bar from my father, I would have been a happy camper. But apparently the FBI somehow got a tip, and they went digging for it back in 2018, but they didn't find anything. So they say, now the conspiracy is that they found it and just didn't say anything about it.
Or it's still out there.
Yeah.
That too. So let's go. I'll drop everything right now. I'll nope out of this show and go look for gold.
Okay.
Nope out of this show.
Nope out of the show.
So I think that's the most interesting. I think that'll be more interesting than any one of y'all's story.
Oh, wow. Nate, wow.
Okay.
You can be a complete asshole about it. That's fine.
Beat me.
I felt bad you didn't get any gold when you went, but now I hope you lose.
Well,
Who should go next?
Who's next, Nate? You're in charge.
Well, I think Scary should go.
Okay. This is kind of hard to describe, but there's a new kind of crypto called NFTs. Have you guys heard of these?
Yes.
Where you can buy and own a moment, a thing. It could be a sports play like Michael Jordan's slam dunk in a Game 7 of whatever. It could be for instance, like Jack Dorsey, the president and CEO of Twitter, his first tweet, which is like, I'm trying to get my Twitter up and running. These moments are going for mind-blowing money. Like, the thing is, these blockchains of technology allow it not to be counterfeited. So you own it. It's almost like...
What the fuck are you going to do with it?
It's almost like
and how do you stop people from
having a star in the constellation, like I own that? But except they're not selling it to thousands of people. If I own Jack Dorsey's first tweet, it belongs to me, and apparently this is stuff to watch, guys.
How do you make
money
money off of that? What are you going to do with it?
It's intrinsic value. This is going to grow over time. You guys watch what happens in the coming months. You're going to look, if someone's watching this podcast a year or 2 years from right now, you're going to think we're talking a foreign language that nobody is like thinking that this is going to be worth money. Like I'm telling you right now, you may want to invest in these moments and buy these things. They're going for auction. It's crazy.
But if the tweet is out there for all to see, then what does it matter if I own that tweet?
I can screenshot it for free $99.
Right.
And the thing with NBA Top Shot is the big one right now that's going for a lot of money. The LeBron James moment went for $250,000, right? The problem is I can go on YouTube and find that same moment,
right?
And just because I don't own it, so whoever's paying $250,000 for a moment to own, you're pretty much
you're a dumbass.
You have so much money you can throw it away.
May I say something? Yeah. I'm not going to say Scary's full of shit because
I know.
Who thought Bitcoin would be worth something?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And who thought that this thing called the internet would turn into something?
What is internet?
What is internet? So, you know what?
Yeah.
Would you do an Elvis Duran in the morning show moments to sell?
It was too early for me to get in on this, but I'm just.
It
I
could
don't
go
know.
for some crazy money. We could make a lot of money off this. Rob
So
Gronkowski.
far,
Yep.
it sort of sounds like a Billy McFarland Firefest type of thing. Like, hey, buy a moment for
Which
millions of
Scary bought
dollars.
into.
Just buy it.
It's
so
Ja
far,
Rule
but,
behind
you know.
this.
Scary invested in Firefest.
Another alert just came up. Rob Gronkowski is now the first person to invest in this kind of thing. He in the sports world.
Don't follow Gronk.
Okay. And listen, I know he won the Super Bowl, and I'm glad and everything, but he's not exactly the Rhodes Scholar that I would follow for advice.
He did put out a bunch of virtual baseball cards and
I
what the
rest
hell,
my case.
trading
That's
cards,
the
whatever.
story I found fascinating. too.
Keep an open mind. Doesn't mean you have to put a penny of your own money into it.
Right.
But don't poo-poo things so fast when it's this early in the game. You'd never know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
That's just my thought. Just a thought.
We are stupid though if we buy into this one. I'm sorry. When you
Danielle,
can get
it can't be
from-
counterfeited. It has
But I'm just
blockchain
saying-
technology
but
like
Scary.
Bitcoin.
And I get
All
what
right.
you're saying,
All
Scary,
right.
but to me it's like if I can find it, like we said, someplace else, what does it matter who owns it? That doesn't make any sense.
And how much does it cost to screenshot it, Gandhi?
Okay. Free 99.
Thank you.
Well,
Yes.
I can afford that. I can afford
I'm going
that.
to buy an idea and own it.
Yeah.
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 Well, they call those patents, don't they?
Right.
Yeah.
I think so.
Scary, can you tell us when you buy your first one? I'm really curious to see which one you
got
buy.
it. You got
Okay.
it.
Go
All right.
go buy an NBA one.
You
Scary.
see, look, I'm sitting here right now, and I'm full of, I'm skeptical as well, but I'm not going to be the guy who says, this is the dumbest fucking thing ever, and then
Right, who
Scary
knows?
becomes
Wait.
a billionaire in
Right.
2 years.
Even if he does become a billionaire and it does go, it's still the dumbest fucking thing ever.
And this will be a moment. This will be the moment where
Yes.
Scary goes from idiot to billionaire. And
Scary, buy this. Buy
Yeah.
this
Buy
podcast.
it.
This is your moment. Scary, I will sell you this moment. All right. What else?
Well, since we're talking about dumbasses, let me do my story. So did you see the Uber driver that picked up those 3 girls
Oh my
in
God.
San Francisco? They
yes.
started, so he said to them, look, I need you to put a mask on. There's a gas station over here. I'll just stop and we'll get you one. And she coughed on him. She swore at him. I thought she looked like she was hitting him. She's like, fuck the mask, blah, 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 blah. Horrible, horrible, horrible. What a effing, I don't know how he kept his cool because I would have turned around and I would have beat the shit out of her. But anyway, she's now defending herself on Instagram. And she sounds like even a bigger jackass from her defense.
She
And
really does.
She took his cell phone. She threw it. I'm like, what a friggin' piece
She
of
ripped his
work.
mask off.
Yeah.
and
What a-
coughed on him.
What
Yeah.
is wrong with people?
My favorite was that she made a little video where she's like, I'm only using Lyft now. Fuck you, Uber.
Oh, no,
Lyft
she's been-
forever.
she's
and
been
then Lyft
banned.
was like, no, you're not.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's
Man.
been banned
It's not.
from
so
Uber
fast.
and Lyft. Yep, they both banned her. So.
Now, seeing people act like that is just so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I get so embarrassed when I see people act like that. but
Yeah.
what do you
It's
do?
so
She's
ridiculous.
gross.
If you can
She's
watch
so
the
gross.
video, watch it because you can just see what an animal
I
she is.
had to shower after I watched it. It's like,
Ugh,
ugh.
what
it
a
is dirty.
idiot.
So gross.
I got a good story.
Yep.
So Willard Weber from Littleton, North Carolina, only played the lottery once in his life before yesterday, and that was back in August. And he won $4 million. He had to split it with a coworker. So yesterday he decides to play it again. He won again. He's played the lottery twice. He won $1 million yesterday on a scratch-off ticket.
Wow, good for him.
That's amazing.
Can we go to Scotty B for comment?
I've spent $1 million and never won.
That's how that works.
You paid him.
This guy plays twice. He wins both times. He should never play again because he's got enough money. He's got $3 million now. He should never play again.
Wow.
Oh my God. All right, I have a creepy story, but it's also kind of awesome. I don't know if you guys have seen the video that's circulating about the sea slug that can chop off its own head and grow a new body.
Damn.
It's cool.
That is awesome.
I wish I could
one
do
as a
that.
pet.
I know.
Oh my
You
gosh.
should get one as a pet, Gandhi. This sounds like right up your alley.
I would like to, but I don't trust it because since it can regenerate, I might end up with like 12 of these things. But it's really cool, and scientists are saying that they think it's because it's a defense mechanism. If they have parasites or something wrong with their body that they don't like, they just go ahead and chop the head off and build a new one.
Can you
they said
imagine,
they watched
though?
one do it twice.
If you have back problems, herniated discs,
Don't do this.
and you could chop your head off and get a new back, this is
Froggy, you're
Hello.
screwed, Froggy.
No, I need one. I need a new head. My brain's got more issues than who the fuck knows.
No, it's the same
Froggy,
head, a different
you get
body.
the new
Yeah, same
body.
head.
You're screwed,
Sorry.
Frog.
I saw a story in the New York Times over the weekend. It's about a doctor back in the 70s that wanted, God, I hope I don't mess this up. He wanted to find a way to save a person's soul after they died. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So yes, so you saw this story. It's a true story. His theory was to take a head off of a monkey that was dying and put it on a monkey with a healthy body and see if that head could live. Therefore, assuming the soul is in the thoughts in your mind, he could save a soul from a dead body. And he successfully transplanted a head that it only lived for a little while.
Oh.
And the monkey's head actually tried to bite him.
Oh.
Because, okay.
Well, that was perfectly
See?
placed.
Brody's having these own experiments in his own house with his dogs. I can see. So I think this is the only time a head transplant has been successful. But of course, like I said, the monkey did die. But for the few moments the monkey was alive, it tried to bite the hand of the doctor. Therefore, the doctor, the monkey still remembered, like, hand coming toward me, need to bite it.
Wow.
It was an interesting story.
Yeah.
That wasn't my story, by the way.
You can't save a soul, but maybe Scary will try to buy it with electronic money.
Well, no, Elvis, to your point, I went down a rabbit hole about this whole soul thing.
Right.
And I read this story that the soul that we all have actually exists.
Yes.
Because they did this experiment where they had a terminal cancer patient or some terminal patient, and they knew they were
hold
going
on.
to die.
Someone's nose boogering.
Whistling booger.
Whistling booger. Okay, go
We're
ahead.
going skiing on Whistling
Okay.
Booger.
So there's this terminal patient that they knew was going to die, and this person accepted this experiment. They were in this chamber that was totally sealed off, and so any sort of weight that they had in their body, whether it's moisture or skin, was accounted for in this little chamber. Well, when they ended up passing, a very tiny amount, like 0.01 grams, just went away. So they determined that the soul has an actual weight.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm telling you guys, if you haven't watched Soul on Disney Plus, it's really good.
So good.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
good.
I heard
Yeah.
good things about that.
Give
All
it a
right.
shot.
I got one from Philadelphia. So this guy just put out a book where he claims he lived in Veterans Stadium in the mid-'80s, in the Veterans Stadiums in Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
He claims to have an apartment there. He didn't have any guests, never took pictures. The stadium obviously no longer in existence, so there's really no way for him to prove that he lived there. So we're just going off the fact that he lived there. No one knew about it, just him. He said it was like being in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, where he had the field all to himself. He could roam the hallways when no one was around, and that
And
was
no
his
one ever
apart-
detected he was there?
That's what the story
I'm
says.
kind of calling bullshit
Yeah,
on
there's
it.
no way to
I don't know.
prove it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
That's a lot.
I'm gonna move into IKEA today.
Yes.
He said he
Where would
lived
you
there
sleep?
from 1979 to 1981 in an empty concession stand inside the stadium that was refurbished but never used and
Does
used it as an
anything
apartment.
surprise you anymore?
No.
It
No.
definitely could happen. Absolutely.
No.
Could happen.
There you go.
Still don't believe him, but I guess could happen.
Okay, we still got a minute and a
Spencer,
half
you just
left. What
scared
else
the
we got?
shit out of me.
I
Well,
got-
we
I
still
got
have
one.
Brody and Scotty, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go fast. You guys know about the cocaine bear?
Oh, I saw that.
Does it have a hole in the back?
No, you can't bang it,
Scotty.
Scotty. 1985 in the mountains of Georgia, apparently a bear found a 75-pound bag of cocaine in a backpack in the woods and ate it, or ate enough of it, and then within 20 minutes he died. Now, he may have been having a great time running around talking to himself for 20 minutes, but he died.
Oh my
So now they're making a movie about the cocaine bear.
Oh my
Elizabeth
gosh.
Banks
Yeah,
signed
Elizabeth
on
Banks.
for it.
It's
Yeah.
mostly going to be about the mystery behind the bag showing up in the woods, but at some point we'll see a bear eating cocaine. So, cocaine bear.
Give it the
Can't
Oscar
wait.
now.
What are you eating,
Cocaine bear.
Garrett?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was in the mood.
That
How
sounds,
American.
That sounds so
that
good.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Scotty.
I really don't have much. The most exciting thing I've heard this week is that Post is bringing back Waffle Crisp cereal.
Oh, that's good.
Yay.
Yeah,
That's a
Scotty.
story.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I
Serial
think we're
Killers
out of time.
podcast, baby.
Did Elvis? Did you go? mean,
I
other than-
sorted it. Well, I had another one, but I went ahead and
No.
went with the guy who.
Wait, I want the
transplanted
other
soul.
one.
Monkey head.
Yeah, what's the other one? Scary,
Scary
may want to buy the moment, Elvis.
It's not as interesting as Monkey Head. Monkey Head was more interesting.
Monkey head is always
Danielle.
interesting.
Monkey head's cool.
Why,
Come on, Scary.
Why are we
I'm
acting like
buying this
children?
moment. I'm buying
All
this
right.
moment.
It's another moment that we're going to sell. All right, well, I guess we're done. So if you have an interesting news story you want to share with us, share it with us. Find a way. You'll figure it out. All right, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.